Hey, have you ever thought about having a podcast of your very own? If so, great news. Spotify has a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere and even earn money. It's all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. So, Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So, no matter what your setup is like, you can get started creating as soon as today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify, and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, so that's pretty cool. And with Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I really just feel like it's taken my podcasting to a whole nother level. So I highly recommend you give it a try if a podcast is something that you've been thinking about as well. Just download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. Hey there, I'm Julie, and this is the Married to Addiction podcast. If you're here, then you're probably what I call my secret sister. We're in a situation we never asked to be in and fighting a battle we never wanted to fight. We're faith-filled women who are married to an alcoholic, and it affects every inch of our lives. If that sounds like you, then this is a safe place for you to land. Married to Addiction is a faith-based podcast where I help you find the tools and strength you need to navigate your husband's addiction without losing yourself in the process. So please subscribe and tune in as often as you can, because your husband's recovery is important, but so is yours. Have you been having trouble with setting boundaries for your alcoholic husband? If so, then I have created something that was made specifically for you. It's my Boundaries mini course, and in it, you will not only get a better understanding about boundaries in general for us as wives of alcoholics, but you will also walk away with some boundaries of your very own that you can put into place as soon as today. In this Boundaries mini course, we're going to talk about how to create healthy boundaries based on the right foundation and why they are so important for us when we're married to somebody who's addicted. We'll talk about what the Bible has to say about boundaries. Yes, they're biblical. We'll talk about why you may not have had success with creating or adhering to boundaries before, as well as the number one misconception around boundaries for wives of alcoholics. I'll also give you some examples of some healthy boundaries that you could create. And I'll show you how to successfully put healthy boundaries into place in your own life, which enables you to feel so much more empowered and peaceful, and it gets rid of a lot of the confusion and overwhelm that you're probably feeling right now. So in order to find out more about the Boundaries mini course, you just have to head to my website, marriedtoaddiction.com, click on the drop down that says Need Help, and you will see the button right there for the Boundaries mini course. I hope that you join me there. Hello, and welcome into episode 79 of the Married to Addiction podcast. Today's episode is called A Shift is Coming, and I'm actually a little bit nervous about this one. Reason being is because it's about change, and change is kind of hard sometimes, right? Because it feels uncomfortable and the fear of the unknown and all of that stuff. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and how it is going to look for Married to Addiction. So we are coming up on the end of our 4th season of this podcast. I'm so blessed by that. I thank you all so much for continuing to listen over the last couple of years. I'm super excited to start on the 5th season soon. So the podcast is not going away. More on that in a second. But we're also transitioning into a new actual season soon too. So kids are going back to school. Fall is coming. For me, this kind of represents a season of a new beginning. I've actually felt that way in my life just as a whole, like two times a year kind of feel like a new beginning for me. And it's for the transition from summer to fall. And then again, of course, at the beginning of the year when we do the whole resolution thing and all of that. So we're going to be actually talking in the next episode, episode 80, about how we can use this season to our advantage. But for this particular episode, I wanted to take this opportunity to announce that there are going to be some changes coming to the podcast and, of course, Married to Addiction as a whole. I've been really doing things the same way for about 2.5 years now. So, Married to Addiction started early in 2021. And for about the last 2.5 years, it's been the same. I've been feeling lately led to shift things a bit for a few reasons. So, you may or may not know, if you have listened to previous episodes, you probably do know that this year brought a huge change to my life because I moved my parents here from South Carolina. They had some pretty significant changes in their lives and they needed to be closer to family. So I moved them here. It's been amazing. They're like 2 miles away from me. I love having them in my life almost on a daily basis now because I saw them like 1 to 2 times a year before, which was nowhere near enough, obviously. But because they've been here, that means some shifts for me and my schedule, my availability, things like that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm feeling led to make some changes. Another reason why I'm wanting to make some changes is because I kind of want to concentrate on serving my current members, serving the one-on-one clients I have. So for those of you who don't know, if you are in the Secret Sister Circle, I do have a couple of opportunities for some one-on-one things there. So I do have some one-on-one clients as well. And I also want to move into creating some additional things for you to help you in more specific areas. So that's coming also. Another reason is because I actually have some exciting new collaboration prospects coming up and some other things coming up that I'm going to start working on that I think are going to be amazing, but they are going to take some extra time. So what I'm going to do as part of this shift is for the podcast, I'm officially going to be moving to 2 episodes per month. My goal has been 1 episode per week. However, you have probably noticed for the last couple months that has not really been the way that it's gone because of these scheduling changes, availability changes, etc. So I'm officially saying twice a month I will release an episode instead of trying to do it every single week or 4 times a month. It's just not realistic for me in this new season of my life. Also, this one feels big and scary. But I know it's just the right time. I'm going to be temporarily closing the doors to the Secret Sister Circle to new members for now, for the first time in 2 years as of September 1st. The Secret Sister Circle just turned 2 years old in July. And I just feel like with everything else that's happening, it's the right time to do this. So you can join the Secret Sister Circle between now and the end of this month, August 31st. After September 1st, you will have to join a wait list. Spots will open up at some point in the future. I don't know when. Honestly, I don't. It just kind of depends on everything else. And that's, as we know, we can plan as much as we want, but life is unpredictable. So it will open up in the future. I'm not sure when. So if you are one of those people, and I have had some join and tell me after the fact, oh my gosh, I was thinking about doing this forever. I'm so glad I finally did. If you are one of those people who's been just kind of sitting on your hands where the Secret Sister Circle is concerned, you kind of feel like you probably should join, but you just haven't done it yet, now is the time. I want to share with you in a couple of minutes some of the testimonials, but I do want to also point out that now that the podcast is moving to twice a month episodes, that will be 2 times a month for you to be getting some guidance, which I know a lot of you rely on the podcast for that, and I'm super blessed by that. However, as the wife of an alcoholic, I remember feeling like I needed guidance on the daily, and you kind of do. So if you're wanting some additional guidance in between these podcast episodes, that is the perfect place to get it. I release 2 new lessons in the membership every month. Plus, there's a back catalog of over 50 targeted lessons for literally every single scenario that you could come up against with an alcoholic husband. However, when you hear that number 50 lessons, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have time to watch 50 lessons. Well, guess what? You don't have to, because the way that it's set up is to reduce your overwhelm, not create more overwhelm for you. So when you come in, you work on one thing at a time, at your own pace. Everything is on demand. Everything you can do on your own timeline from the comfort of your home. No pressure. Okay? No pressure, no overwhelm. So let me read just a few quick testimonials for you. I posted in the private group that comes along with the Secret Sister Circle, and I said, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be closing the doors to new members for a little while. I would be super grateful and blessed if you guys would just kind of share how the Secret Sister Circle has helped you, like how it's changed things for you. And I got so many beautiful, amazing responses from these members. This is the most important thing I've ever done, is this membership. And having these women in here is just amazing. It's such a warm, wonderful group of women. And I'm just thankful for them every single day. So let me read you some of the things that they said. I found the SSC through the Married to Addiction podcast. You should sign up because it is life-changing to have a group of Christian women who know exactly what you're going through, will pray for you, and have lessons that help you recover and always point you to Jesus. The next one says, this program reminds you that there is joy and peace for you despite your husband's addiction. It gives you all the T's: truth, tools for living, reminders to trust in God, and there's a team of sisters to support you and cheer you on. I love that one, all the T's. That's not something that I say. She came up with that, and I thought that was super awesome. The next one says, this program came at the perfect time for me. After searching and not finding a truly faith-based support system, I finally stumbled onto Julie's podcast. And since joining the SSC, I've gained confidence in my ability to recover despite my husband's active alcoholism. It's a great and God-given comfort to know I have such a supportive and empathetic group of women to walk by my side through these trials. And then the last one I wanted to share with you says, this program has been life-changing. I love that it's faith-based and I can do everything from home. Through my work in this program, my life has become a lot more peaceful and I have a much better understanding of addiction. So again, just a few words from them that I wanted to share with you. But if you are considering this, now is the time. So what is included? Well, all the 50 lessons that I just talked about, new lessons coming twice a month. We have Zoom meetings once a month. I do a live training in the group once a month. The private group is a huge part of it. That's your support system for the day-to-day. That's your encouragement. That's your, your sisters. They're your sisters. They're walking through this just like you are. There's a bunch of bonuses in there in the way of a toolbox that you get to just really give you tangible, actionable steps that you can take even when you are in the throes of just panic. So many things in there for you. There's also a private podcast that is included. Since you're a podcast listener, I know that you will love this feature. It's basically all of the lessons that are formatted into a private podcast. So if you don't have time to sit in front of a video and watch it, no problem. Pop in the earbuds, link up to the private podcast, and you can listen to the lessons that way as well. There's more. I don't want to take a whole lot of time to go into every single thing, but please go to the website, marriedtoaddiction.com, and look for the drop down that says need help, and you can find more there. You can read a bunch more about it and see every single thing that is included. But again, now is the time. If you have been thinking about joining, doors close as of August 31st. So as of September 1st, you will not be able to sign up as a new member. You will have to join the wait list. So got that out of the way. The whole point here is that I really feel like God is getting ready to shift things for Married to Addiction as a whole. There's been a lot of little breadcrumbs that I've seen that there's some things that are coming, some changes that are happening. Again, there's some other things that I've been wanting to do and to create that I haven't been able to, because with the doors open all the time for the membership, there's marketing that goes into that. It just takes some extra time. So I just feel like this is the time to make these couple of shifts. When we feel stagnant in any area of our lives, we need to start to pay attention, because the bottom line is nothing changes if nothing changes. So if I feel like Married to Addiction has been stagnant for a while, and it has. It's just been kind of the same for a pretty long time now. I need to make room for the changes that I feel like are coming. How about you? Is this a good time for you to maybe shift with me? Is this a good time to maybe use this as an opportunity to move into your next season, which can be a season of healing for you? Is this the time to do things different? Because nothing changes if nothing changes. I know that we all, as wives of alcoholics, are constantly asking God for help in this situation. Please help me. Please help me know what to do. Please help me figure this out, know how to navigate this, et cetera, et cetera. I want you to just consider the possibility that maybe the help that you've been asking for is coming in the way of the Secret Sister Circle, because he knows that there's things in there that can help you in your situation tremendously. So if you feel led to join, whether it's right now or whether it's after you go to the website and look at the page to find out a little bit more, if you feel led to join, you should probably listen to that, because the healing and the help that you've been asking for may well be in there, because God was the one who created me, or who prompted me to create every single bit of this. He is in charge of the lessons. He's in charge of the tools. He's in charge of the group. This is his baby. I'm just like the cheerleader and the ringleader. So if you feel led to join, please listen to that. We will be there waiting to welcome you in with open arms. So even though this is a season of changes, there are going to be good changes coming. The podcast is not going away. So I thank you for being here with me and continuing to listen. That means everything to me. And I'm just so blessed by every single one of you who continues to tune in. So I hope that's been helpful. Consider shifting, making a shift with me, moving into a new season. As always, thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time. Hey, one more quick thing before I let you go today. Do you follow Married to Addiction on either Instagram or Facebook, or both? If not, I would love to have you join me over there. It's a great place to stay connected with everything that's happening with Married to Addiction. I post updates about my podcast episodes, of course. I post about my freebies. I post about my programs. I post encouragement in the way of Bible verses and things like that. I also post just like some helpful little teaching nuggets sometimes too. So I really think that you would get a lot of value out of that as the wife of an alcoholic. And I would love to have you join me on either Facebook or Instagram, or both. You can find me at facebook.com/married to addiction, or just at married to addiction on Instagram. I hope to see you there.